Most people never get taught how to believe in themselves, make good decisions, or handle pressure. That's what this show is about. My name's Lawrence. I'm a speaker and author who works with high school and college students. On this podcast, we talk about confidence, improving your decision making skills, and how young people can take control of their future. You'll hear real stories, honest conversations, and practical ideas that actually help. And if you're an educator, youth leader, or someone who works with students, this show will give you insights into what young people really are going through today. With that said, let's begin the episode you came here for. Imagine if someone's in prison and they're constantly saying, I'm stuck here, I'm trapped here, I'm locked up. But they have the key. You have the key to start living the life that you want, if you're willing to turn it. The problem, though, is that often we believe that we have to stay where we are. But that's not the truth. You can get up right now and start taking action towards whatever it is that you want. Will it be easy? Not necessarily. Will it be fast? Most likely not. But is it possible? Absolutely. If you wanted to become a doctor, you could start taking action. You could graduate high school, apply to college, get into med school. Is it easy? No, but it's possible. If you wanted to start eating healthier, is it easy? No, but it's possible. And with time, the thing that you might think, yeah, I would love to do that, but that's not realistic for me. I would love to live this way. I would love to have this kind of relationship. I would love to have this sort of job or career or get into this certain college or have this certain body or live in this place or travel to this country. I would love to do that. But, it's that that we have to catch it. We have to stop getting in our own way. More often than not, we're the one who holds ourselves back. And when we understand this, we can ask ourselves, in what ways am I holding myself back? What would your life look like if you got out of your own way? What would your life look like if instead of saying, I would love to do that, but I can't? What would it look like if you changed that to, how can I? What can I do? What options are available? Lawrence, I come from a family where we don't have a lot of money. I don't have that many opportunities. I live in a tiny little town in the middle of nowhere. But what can I do? I could go on YouTube and I could learn something like that. I could go to online meetings. I could leave my small town. I could try something. We have to find solutions. And it can be hard sometimes. It can be very hard. But we can make it happen. And a lot of things in life are really only as hard as we make them. And for one reason or another, I don't know if it's that most people are raised to do this or if we're taught it somehow or whatever it is. But we seem to make our lives a lot more harder and a lot more complicated than they have to be. We have this obsession with the latest weight loss trend, this crazy diet, this 25-step workout program, this 30-step process, this 17 steps, this just all these things that overcomplicate the process. But when you stick to the basics and you just get out of your own way, you're able to start moving forward. And you have to understand that the same God or whatever higher power you believe in that made everyone else, everyone has a unique fingerprint. So don't you think that everyone would have a unique path or a unique way that they're supposed to be doing it? And when you get out of your own way, it becomes clearer to see what is your path. And in order to walk forward, you have to stop tripping yourself. We say things like about our goal, we say what we want, but when it's time to do the work, we hesitate, we get in our own way, we stop ourselves from really pursuing it because a part of us is afraid. A part of us is afraid of what will happen if I do get that job? What will happen if I do get that relationship? Or I do move out of my small town? Or I do whatever the thing is that you set out on? A part of us is afraid because it's unknown. But in the unknown is where your life can transform. Because there's a lot of things that we don't know until we get out there and we try. And that's going to be scary. It can be very scary to leave what you're familiar with. And as I'm saying this, I'm really seeing it play out. I'm imagining somebody leaving their town and all the people that they know and all the places that they know, moving somewhere where it's unfamiliar. I don't know what's going on here. And they have to just figure this out. And it's not just that they're figuring it out and, you have people there beside you. No, a lot of times you're going to have to figure things out on your own. You're going to fall down. You're going to get some bumps and bruises. You're going to make some mistakes. You're going to do some things that looking back on, you're going to have to learn that lesson. And it might be a real hard lesson. It might be something that keep you up at night. It might be something that really stresses you out for some time. But if you stop letting that fear control you, if you stop letting the version of you that is addicted to the comfort, that is addicted to staying in your small box, if you stop letting that hold you back, you get to realize that the world is so much more than just what you know. It's so much more than just your city. It's so much more than minimum wage. It's so much more than not having food in the refrigerator. It's so much more than the thing that you've known and the thing you grew up around. And maybe you grew up in a really good way. Like you grew up in high-class luxury. You grew up in mega mansions and super yachts. Maybe that's your life, but that's the minority of people. Even if that's your life, there's still stuff you haven't seen. Like, I highly doubt you've been to every single country on the planet. I highly doubt you've listened to every single genre of music or tried every type of food or every type of culture. There's so much to life that we close ourselves out of because we think that, oh, I can never do that. People like me don't succeed. People like me don't have jobs like that. People like me don't live like that. People like me don't see those parts of the globe. But you got to remind yourself that people like you you can determine that. Who you were yesterday does not have to keep being who you are today. And yes, in the past, we allow that fear. We allow that doubt. We allow that insecurity. We allow all these things to get in our way. We allow it to keep us trapped in who we are. But you have to realize that it's up to you to free yourself from that mental prison. It's like you can be inside of a prison cell with the key, but I can never do that. I can't step out there. But you have the key right in front of you. So it's not about lack of resources. It's not about a lack of, I don't have the money, or I don't know, or I can't. It's not about that. It's that mentally, most people stay stuck in that prison because they don't see a way out, because their reality, their life, their past has blinded them to seeing the solution right in front of them. It's blinded them to seeing that, yes, you might have been used to people cheating on you and disrespecting you, but it's possible to get a partner who really loves you and really cares about you and all these great things. That's possible. And it's not just possible, it's possible for you. Often we say things like, yeah, other people could live like that. Other people could travel to those parts of the country and have those types of relationships and get into those colleges, but me, I can't do that. Other people, they can, but I can't. And I want to ask you, why is that? Who taught you to believe that? Who taught you that you couldn't? Because you can teach yourself that you can. You can remind yourself that you can. You can remember that you can. When a kid is little, like 3, 4, 5, 6 years old, you ask them, hey, what do you want to be? I want to be the president. I want to be an astronaut. I want to be an NFL player. I want to be an engineer. I want to work for NASA. I want to do all these big, great things. I want to be a race car driver. I want to be a rock star. I want to be a ballerina. They'll say all these big, grand ideas. But as we get older, the world, people, things, all of that makes us believe that you can't do that. That's a good dream, but you got to be realistic. That's a great idea, but what if, how are you going to do that? A lot of businesses fail. Not everybody makes it to the NFL. You need to have a backup plan. You need to have this. What about that? What about this? What about that? And sometimes these people are saying that because they care. Like, they don't want you to end up homeless if it doesn't work out. So I'm not saying that you try to just do something that could put you in a super bad financial position. But what I am saying is that you have to bring back that little kid in you. You have to bring back that infinite imagination. You have to bring back the version of you that thought you could go to the moon. And you have to bring it back and remember that you need to have that childlike delusion mixed with calculated risk-taking. Understanding that, okay, if this does not work, could I end up homeless? Let's just avoid not ending up homeless on the street. Because most of the people who listen to my podcast are below the age of 25. So I highly doubt that you're paying a mortgage and raising children and all that. And if you are, then you are. But most people aren't. But back to the point. You need to bring back that kid in you, the version of you that thought you could do anything, and mix it with the wisdom of the older version of you. Mix it with the, okay, let's go for this idea and figure out a clear plan. Like, let's figure out how to do this. What steps can I take? How can I make this happen? What obstacles are in the way, and how can I handle those obstacles rather than saying, it's too hard, I'm just going to quit. Don't quit on yourself. Most people quit before they even begin. Most people stop themselves before they even start. Most people turn off the game before they even plug it in because they allow the world saying that, oh, you can't do that. That's delusional. There's no way. People like us don't succeed. They allow that to stop them. But deeper than that is when you stop getting in your own way, when you stop stopping yourself, nothing can stop you. When you say, okay, it might be hard, but I'm going for it. It might be difficult, but I'm going for it. It might be expensive, but I'm going for it. It might be challenging. It might take a long time. I might get impatient. I might get frustrated. I might feel like, man, what is the point? But I'm going for it. Because when you get out of your own way and you start going for it, you can start having the life of your dreams. You can start being the person you dreamt of becoming. You can make that little kid proud. You can make that 80-year-old self proud. You can make yourself proud when you stop getting in your own way. With that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast episode. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. If you're looking for a speaker for your school, youth organization, or podcast, you can email me at lawrence@lawrenceharris.com. You can also find my books and one-on-one coaching in the links below. Have a wonderful, blessed day.